all Americans should have the right to bear arms.
The debate about whether or not we as humans have the right to bear arms goes way back to Bible times.
One example of this debate is shown in Exodus 22:2, which says, "If a thief is caught in the act of breaking into a house and is struck and killed in the process, the person who killed the thief is not guilty of murder."
So what is the meaning of this? In Old Testament times, the people of Israel were expected to have their own weapons, both to defend themselves and their family, and for the times that the nation was battling an enemy, so the men were called to arms to defend their country. These men didn't have the Marines or the military forces to come in and fight for them. They defended themselves.
Besides their use in war, weapons were also used in the Bible for self-defense. Not a single part of the scripture says this is unacceptable.
Going all the way up to today, the debate is still going on. The Second Amendment states that we have a right to bear arms.
The Second Amendment states, "A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of the free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed."
So what does this mean? The meaning of arms in the Second Amendment does not specifically mean guns, but it means any type of weapon, including guns. The Second Amendment didn't list what weapons it applied to or what categories they fit into, but it generally means any weapon. Anytime someone is carrying a weapon on his or her body, he or she considered to be bearing arms.
I understand some people say that stricter gun control laws will reduce shootings. However, the bad guys that are looking for the weapons will find them, even if it means getting them illegally. One large source of guns used in crimes are unlicensed street dealers who either get their guns through illegal transactions with licensed dealers, straw purchases, or from gun thefts. A straw purchase occurs when someone who may not legally acquire a firearm or wants to do so anonymously has a companion buy it for their behalf.
We should be able to own guns for self-defense.
One reason is that there are fewer injuries on victims with a gun.
An analysis done by the Institute of Medicine and the National Research Center shows that victims of crime that use arms to defend themselves have injury rates that are constantly lower than others who use other methods than
Also,
self-defense.
in recent studies on whether or not using arms in self-defense causes major injury or minor injury to victims and loss in property, done by Florida State University criminologist Gary Kleck and University of New Haven professor of criminal justice Jogan Tark, found that all three were reduced when arms were used in self-defense.
Secondly, good guys with guns can help protect other innocent civilians.
It is proven that citizens that carry arms kill more bad guys than the police do. These civilians shoot and kill over twice the amount of crooks than police do every year, with the ratio of 1,527 to 606. Of these kills by citizens, only 2% involved an innocent person being mistaken as a criminal. These errors were over 5 times higher for police at 11%.
Also, registered citizens use guns as self-defense against criminals over 2.5 million times, or about 6,850 times each day.
Some will argue that guns are dangerous and they kill people, but in reality, a good guy with a gun can help reduce injury on innocent people. The Pearl, Mississippi school shooting was stopped by the vice principal, Joe Myrick, with a Colt .45. The Appalachian school shooting was stopped by 2 students with handguns. In both cases, the armed citizens threatened the shooter and stopped the mayhem without firing.
All in all, everybody should have the right to bear arms. First, the Second Amendment states that we as Americans have the right to bear arms. Secondly, the Bible also states this in Exodus 22:2, and it doesn't say we are not allowed to carry weapons. Also, everybody should have the right to bear arms for use in self-defense. One reason is that there are fewer injuries on victims with a gun. Another reason is good guys with guns can help protect other innocent civilians. Join the movement and fight for our right to bear arms.